Let's just go back and look at how the most positive changes have occurred in the civil rights movement. That was done through non-violent protests, because people began to look for folks of faith. It started with people like, obviously, the faith community, even in the 1960s, to say, we are better than this. We can do better as a society. It never really turned violent unless it was, frankly, done by the police and some of those trying to put down the protesters of the civil rights movement. And I think that's what we need to use as a model. It is not throwing Molotov cocktails at the police department. It is not trying to get people in their cars, literally just driving home from work and dragging them into the street to try to make some kind of a point. It's not walking into a Madison restaurant across the street with a bullhorn shouting into every person who are just having dinner to somehow say you're going to make a point. It is about finding areas of common ground and doing it through peaceful protest. So I have been supportive of the idea that if people want to peacefully protest, that is their right as an American, and that is how change happens. But as we have now watched this movement spiral from peaceful protests into doing things which are violent, that is going to turn people in the opposite direction and hurt the very reforms that people want to have happen. And I also think that we need to have real actions, right? It's not just about changing the names of Eskimo pies and all these things that seem like they're just virtue signaling. I would like to have those honest conversations. And as I mentioned before, I promised Representative Myers, the chair of the Assembly Black Caucus, that we would have those discussions and come up with a meaningful package to make things happen. Now, sometimes politics is slow, but it also is deliberate, and that's how we get things right.